Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and I'm about to head to the moon with my first probe and return with it. So I've got to land on the surface and return, and my recording failed, and I went around and a couple things happened. First, I ran out, well, this happened second. I ran out of solar power. I didn't have enough panels, so I added more. And also, I'm finding this does not have enough reaction wheel torque to really hold this steady, and so I'm gonna take this down and add some mass. I'm gonna attach this back on, but I think I need some science to small inline reaction wheel. I just don't know if it's enough. So it's got a max torque of 5, and then what's this one's? So the probodyne blah 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 right there, and its torque is 0.3, and that's 5. This is like an order of magnitude better. This should be enough, I think, to do it. So I can yank this down, pop that on, and go for that. I think this is going to be a big improvement. Maybe not for my delta V, but for the landing, this should make it easier. I think that's just about all I need, so I'm going to go for it. I want a quick check if there's anything worth sciencing right now, because I went around and did a few more with Jeb. I found over here you can roll over there, get some, get over here, and then get into the grasslands, and I think these two are different biomes, I'm not sure. So anyway, I got a little bit more science and I can spend it. I don't really care about that or this right now. This could be potentially interesting, but I don't particularly need any of it. Now, this could be good because right now my landing legs are terrible. The current landing legs I have are pretty much garbage. Aero I don't really care about. This I don't care about. And right now I don't have any big tanks going on. I built it with kind of low-end science. But yeah, this could potentially be a good thing to have those legs. So these are 0.05 tons, and I want to go back and check in here how much these weigh and see if it's worth any delta V hit. No. Let's see, 0.015 tons, so they are a fair bit more heavy. I might stick with this. I think I'm going to stick with these for now. And I didn't really see anything else I particularly need. I think I'm just going to go with this level of tech and get my science, come back, and start researching. I'm nervous, but I'm just going to go for it. So what I'm going to do is full throttle and turn on stability assist. And then be ready when I hit space. It's kind of loud, so I'll try to adjust the volume down. All right. And so I'm turning pretty early because this upper, the second, kind of third stage, depending on how you look, after the booster stage, it becomes quite difficult to turn. And so I'm trying to do turning a little earlier. I hit a fair bit of atmosphere, but... So I'm trying to keep this right on 90 so I don't have any orbital inclination with the moon, or mun. I'll still end up with some. I'm not going to do this perfectly. And yeah, I'm trying to get this turn because this next stage wants to deviate quite a bit. It just doesn't quite want to stay stable. I'm always turning to stay ahead. Now it's starting to stabilize. Alright. And the other thing I learned, I'm going to take my apoapsis above 125 so I can orbit the planet quicker, Kerbal. So yeah, now I'm going to try to start turning a fair bit, make sure I'm not on too much fire. But I've already flown this when I lost the recording, so I have a pretty good idea of how the rocket performs. I need to be careful because this can end up as space debris and end up with just a low enough fuel amount that it can't deorbit itself. So yeah, the goal's for like 125. I could maybe even take it up a little bit higher and reduce the odds maybe of leaving orbital debris. Keep raising that apoapse. Why did I burn down? That was dumb. Alright, so we're 130. That looks good. Start to time warp up. And then I gotta out of time warp into time warp. And I'm gonna time warp to apoapse. Alright. Start burning forward and make sure that I don't overshoot and leave this in orbit, so I'm ready with the X key. And then I just tapped shift to increase my throttle a bit. Waiting for periapsis. I want this to be around 30,000. There it is. And head back to here, and you can see it's pretty low on fuel. I stage this away. And now I can finish circularizing, now that that other part's gonna burn up in the atmosphere. Bring this up. And then usually around the time periapse and apoapse just flip and they're perpendicular, that's around the time you're circular-ish. So 128, perfect. Perfect enough. Alright, I'm going to set the moon as a target. And I'm going to time warp, because I think I really want to do my burn right around now, and it's just hard to set up the maneuver nodes. Keep an eye on my battery, because it does drain, depending on what angle I'm at. And yeah, time to start making my maneuver node. Add maneuver, speed up until I've got like a Homan-ish transfer going right about there, maybe a little further. Did I not set this as target? There's target. Alright, double click the moon, zoom in, and click the maneuver node again. Alright. And then this seems to be new since 0.9. Alright, so now I'm going to start adjusting the timing here. That's what I assume this is doing. And yeah, I'm just making these adjustments. One thing to keep in mind, I believe that a critical altitude above the mun is around 60,000. If you go below that, you are in low altitude science land, and above it... Okay, I'm going to go back to there. So I'm going to call 142 good enough, and that's what I'm going to circularize around. Alright, so this is the maneuver node I'm going to be executing. So I can start to time warp forward. Watch my battery. And then I'm watching the battery and the time. And I want to do my burn at about 37 seconds or something like that. Whoa, of course. Alright, and oh man, feel that much more torque now. Okay. Time to burn. And I'm going to physics warp a bit, Alt and angle bracket, or kind of period, I guess. And this is going to speed up the burn a little. This does not have a very high thrust to weight ratio. Alright, now I'm going to keep following the maneuver node itself. Throttle down a bit. Alright, now I want to burn a little more. Call that good. Yes. Time to time warp forward. I want to get out of that and then just keep an eye on my battery while I time warp. Then it'll slow itself down once it changes spheres of influence. We're now in the moon sphere. Oh my gosh. That's good for my fuel efficiency. Okay. Well, that's what I'm working with. Hopefully I don't lose line of sight when I'm out there. It looks like I'll be low enough. I should be able to get some high altitude science here. I'll look at the front of the vehicle. Keep it. Review. Keep it. Do the pressure. Keep it. Review. Temperature. And review. Keep. Alright. And that's as much science as I'm going to do up here. And now I've basically got to spend a little bit more time floating around than I had planned. I've got a time warp out to Apo-Apps. I can just click and say warp here instead. No, I got to time warp all the way back here so that I can circularize. Will I have line of sight? Yes. So I can time warp to here. Aim retrograde, and then lower my Apo-Apps. Now that I got my high altitude science. So yeah, I'm circularizing this down a bit. How did I drift so far? Okay, I didn't have my stability assist on. So this is not going very efficiently. Hopefully I'll be able to make it back. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I need to find a reasonable place to land. And there might not be anywhere visible to Kerbal that is going to have sun for me to see where I'm landing. Okay, I might have to improvise here. I'm going to turn so that I'm getting some sun. So I want to turn... Yep. Turn so I get some sun. Get enough electricity, and I might have to time warp in the Space Center or something. Because right now... Oh, I need to extend my antennas before I lose control of this guy. Extend those. And yeah, currently I don't see any good way to land, so I'm gonna head back to the Space Center. And I'm gonna time warp until I can see the mun getting some sun facing Kerbal. Otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see myself land. Let's see. Hopefully I can change the view. Okay. So this looks kind of good, but the area that I want to land is kind of at noon. I mean, I think I'm... You know, that is reasonably good. Alright, let's see where I am. I'm going to go back to my lander. Yeah, this is an old failed one that's just floating around. It ran out of fuel. And then I redesigned this. And it's just in a stupid orbit around the mun right now. But yeah, this one hopefully has enough delta V. Okay, Kerbal's a good view. That's a good view. But I think that will rotate out by the time I get there, because I'm already here. And I need to do my burn. Where am I? I'm over here. I can't land here. I won't have line of sight. So I need to get all the way over to here to try that. The moon's rotating around this way, so I can't even see where I'm going to land. So it is a little tough, but I do need to time warp around. I can turn that off. And then basically as soon as I get control again is the time that I'm going to... right around here, and then I can do a burn. So I'm going to go retrograde. That's prograde. There it is. All right. So I'm going to go retrograde and bring this down a bit. Okay. Gentle with the throttle now. Something like that. All right. And then I'm going to time warp down until I get below 60 thou. Turn off stability assist. And then I'm going to time warp, watch the altitude and my battery. Okay, I'm below 60. I can keep going down a bit though. There's the sun, so I don't have to worry so much. Okay, I'm over that big crater. So now's my time to quick do the science while I'm floating here. Observe the goo. Accept that. And review. Do that. And then another temperature. Log that. Keep. Review. Keep. Log this. Keep. Review. Keep. That's all the science I'm going to do up here. I'm going to start aiming retrograde. Turning back on stability assist. And I should be keeping my link with Kerbal. I am, quite nicely. Now it's not going to be a great picture though. Hopefully I can go further around the planet so that I have a bit of Kerbal rise, because that's such a big angle it's not going to make for a good picture. It's one thing I learned from teaching so many students all the different places they land. Ew, that's still a tough camera angle. What options do I have here? Am I lost? I can't tell how flat this is. That looks flat, but I mean, odds are there's kind of a crater rim I can't see. In here it looks reasonably flat, and there's a couple somewhat big craters to land in. So maybe I aim for this crater, and that's not a huge angle. Or I could aim for this crater over here. Maybe that's a better option. That's a good picture. All right. So I'm going to aim more for this crater. Just hope I'm not going to hit anything. Let's check this. Looks like I'm safe. All right, so I'm going to time warp a bit. Watch my battery. All right. I want to aim for this crater. Alright, now maybe I'll be able to see it coming over the horizon here. Which way am I going? Like this? Alright, I'm kind of coming up on it. I'm gonna aim retro and burn a little. And then see where my orbit starts intersecting. I don't think it was great to pass periaps. Now I'm at my apoaps, as I should be. And then the goal is to land more or less in this crater. Okay, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments. Okay, I've still got altitude. I'm going to turn one way and burn and see if it helps or hurts. Is it going to show me my normal anti-normal? Cut that, get over to here, and then I want to be ready to go retrograde. So I'm going to be ready to burn this way. I kind of think I want to be aimed more over here. I think I overcooked it a bit. Find my velocity vector here. Start Start to burn over here. I need to burn a little more vertical. Cut that. Find my shadow. And I'm trying to kind of fall straight down now. Okay, cut my throttle because I accidentally got a little sideways. Stay up, stay up, stay up. Will it stay? Oh my gosh. Okay, if I let go... Nope, nope, nope. Okay. So I'm going to try giving a little throttle and cut it. Okay, alright, that kind of worked. I'm on the surface. I would have rather been down there where it's a little more flat. I'm going to get my science real quick before this thing tries to tip. Keep that science. Review it. Keep that. 1300 delta V. I think that's enough. Review the data. I might have already done that. Keep that. Alright. And then, I don't know which of these I used. Log. Keep. Review. Keep. And pressure. Keep. Review. Keep. Mystery goo. Observe. Keep that. Review it. Keep it. Okay, and then just make sure. Don't want to overwrite. And then check over here. I do not want to overwrite. Okay. I think I've done all the science I can. Time to start going back. Why am I time warping? Alright. So let's see, I need to get a picture. That's one of the reasons I chose the spot. Or did I just... did I pick a spot with such a big hill that I can't even see? I think that's what I did. Wait, where is it? There it is, okay. Yes, indeed, oh well. That stinks. Let's see, is there a good picture here at all? Not really. So anyway, we landed. Better than nothing. I don't want to adjust. I mean, I probably have enough delta V. I could maybe be an idiot and try to hover this up the crater and get on the outer edge and then get a picture. It's just too tempting. Alright, so if I hold... Yeah, so D is going to bring me that way. And I've got stability assist on. Let's go for it. Still got a fair amount of delta V. Am I going down in that kind of flat spot? Yep, perfect. This might be a better picture here. So I'm going to try to kill my horizontal velocity. I seem to be on a flat, but I always misjudge it anyway. Okay, horizontal velocity's dead. I got to try to find my shadow again. There it is. Let's see if I can pull this off again. Okay, will this be a better one? Yes, okay. Beautiful, come on. There it is. And now, what time should I do this at? I've got charge, so... How long would I have to wait for the sun to get at a better angle. I can just time warp and find out. Okay, dark. No, no, no. Oh, well, wait a minute. I've just got to give it time, right? And it'll come back to life. I think and hope. Okay, get some sun there, and then just wait till I'm getting sun from this side. The sun's slowly gonna fill in the crater. What is that, my shadow? Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, there's KSC. Okay, so I can wait like a day and then have KSC visible. So it should be coming around soon. Did I just wait long enough that I kind of lost the... Alright, there it is. That's going to be my picture. Okay. Picture, alright. I kind of... Whatever works. So now go to map view. Alright, where's 90 degrees since I decided to just start burning on accident? This way. That's the direction I want to go. And I should be above any, yeah. So start pushing out my apo-apps. And I need to make sure to keep enough altitude that I don't lose communication here. Alright, so there's an orbit. And then is that going to be visible once I get around? Yes. Will I have sun? No, so I need to be careful. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. Nothing to collide with. 461 delta V. I kind of think it's enough. I just might have to aero brake quite a bit. I don't think I'm colliding with anything. So I'm going to turn for an angle with the sun. Somewhere over here. Go to map view, out of it. Okay, so I'm aiming well. I can end that. Time warp to here. And then I will be out of the sun. But I will be in view of Kerbal from there. And then I can circularize. I'm keeping my charge. It'll start draining kind of soon, I think. Yep, it's draining. Here we go. So now I aim prograde to circularize around the moon. I like to say it both ways. I say it both ways all the time. Alright, so now I'm going to get this more circular. Okay. And yeah, now I can just time warp to somewhere over here. I can actually make a maneuver node. Turn this off, make sure I don't lose my battery. And add a maneuver node somewhere around there and go prograde. And eventually I will escape. Go into this view. Okay, I gotta go back to the maneuver. There. Okay. So now I can go a little more prograde. Oh, dude, I got tons of delta V, I think. Okay, so right now my periap's 205. Worse. Better, better, better. So I'm just adjusting the timing of my burn to reduce the amount of fuel that I need. And what should I hit it at? I mean, I don't want to aero brake forever. Probably hit it at around 50? Something like that. Okay, so that's going to be my maneuver node. Go back into the map view, and I'm going to time warp to here. Battery's still doing okay. And I've got communication. Okay. And then I want to look. See, when I usually burn, I burn over here. I must have been doing it inefficient. I'm not sure if, but anyway. In like 0.9, I would burn right in line. So this is going to take 223, and I've got 391. So it's looking promising. Okay. And I'll have a little bit of fuel to slow down in the atmosphere. Alright. Go ahead and do the burn. Oh, let's time it a little bit. It's only a 10-second burn, so... There it is. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on this, keep burning this direction. And eventually, this is gonna dip down into the atmosphere, down to around 57, and then I just cut my throttle with X. Good enough. Okie dokie. And I can just start to time warp in. Let's start to do that. I've still got some fuel. Turn that off. Make sure that I've got some angle to the sun, so I'm getting some solar, and I am. And I can time warp in. Okay, I should be getting into this sphere of influence. Okay. Time to aim retrograde. And just hope for the best here. I've got some power. I want to save a little fuel in case I want to use it. I don't know how much this is going to buff it around. I don't know how stable it's going to be with this reaction wheel and whatnot. And I hope I've got my staging all in the right spot for detaching everything. Alright. So I'm going to physics warp in, and we should be aero braking a bit. I'm just going to watch this vertical speed, and it's already starting to kick up. So I'm definitely going to escape the atmosphere. Never even got that hot. And I'm just going to go ahead and burn. And I'll probably run out of fuel pretty soon before it's down to 1,000,000. And yeah, I should be able to stage this away. And it'll eventually burn up. I don't need that anymore. It does have solar though. So maybe I will ride that until I get back. So I'll do this. Make sure I've got some sun. Turn off stability assist. And time warp out of the atmosphere. Okay. Aim so I get some sun on my solar. Alright. Watch this. And then I'm going to warp around again. And now I'm basically going to just aero brake over and over, unfortunately. Maybe I should have saved some of my fuel to dip my periapsis in a little deeper, because I think I'm going to have to do a few cycles of this. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to aim retrograde. And I kind of think this should have a lower ballistic coefficient, being all these empty tanks and everything. So I'm kind of tempted to keep this on and hopefully increase my frontal surface area, and these tanks are empty, so... Did I just get a pretty good orbital inclination? Yeah, that's actually quite good. I'm not going to have any control anymore of really where I land. Oh boy, this is going to take a while. So I'm just going to aero brake. I'm going to find a way to edit this so it's not so boring when I'm flipping through the atmosphere. Okay, I'm going to assume that it's not going to be quite so boring at this point. So I'm finally suborbital, and we should be able to see this walking its way in as more drag happens. I am facing retrograde-ish, and so far it's not having any trouble with the Aero, but that's probably going to hit around, 25 or 30 thou. Okay, time to slow this down and keep an eye on things. Okay, so I'm going to aim over here, and I'm probably going to roll around a bit. I really would prefer to not lose all that science if I can avoid it. I mean, that's kind of the whole reason I went to the moon. And that's a fair bit of the science, all that goo. Yeah, so hopefully I start getting some reasonably high G's here and slow down before these goo containers burn up. Can I close them or anything? I guess I didn't think of that. They kind of protrude down, so... Yeah, maybe I should aim a little bit off-center to kind of relieve one of them at a time. I don't know. I'm kind of a passenger at this point. G's are coming up a bit, so that's good. I think they're getting better. I think the heat is getting better. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Heat's gone, and the speed seems to be dissipating quite nice. We're ending up somewhere out here in the middle of nowhere. So I'm just going to keep my eye on the airspeed here, and once it gets down below Mach... Oh, so it's theoretically safe to open the parachute, but I don't think I'm supposed to open it this high up. I'm going to go ahead and time warp in a bit. I've still got plenty of electric charge. Alright, the speed is safe, and I spent enough time and energy on this. I'm probably going to open the chute a little bit early and just let it float down. This chute is still safe. Let's see, minimum pressure and altitude. I'm going to deploy it now. That's the shadow. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on that and be ready to adjust the timing of the chute. Alright. Is it going to open? Yes, that seems to be... I hope these parts will survive at that. I'm going to go ahead and time warp down and make sure to stop the time warp before I hit, because 6 meters per second is a bit much. A little more than I wanted, because I think I'm going to land on these science goo. And luckily I'm not on a hill or anything. Okay, please survive. Whew. Alright. I hope this went well. So I'm going to recover the vessel. We'll see if I accomplished the mission and got some science. Please give me some good science. $337 science earned. Nice. Okay, I'll accept that. So yeah, in the next one, I'm going to be spending some of that science and figuring out what missions I'm going to be doing next. Hopefully there are some better options now that I've landed on the moon. So yeah, we've got some different science from the moon and stuff like that. As long as this isn't in a specific place, this can start getting pretty good. Alright, so yeah, this is Keith from Kinvert, going through career mode again, getting ready for KSP2 and developing some classes for it. Yeah, we will be going through doing some more science, at least doing the research, probably upgrading a building, I don't know which one yet, and starting to plan for the next mission. So we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.